right, guys, Father Time here on the crew bus at JFK International Airport, my home base for many years. We're going to drop off the crew, myself included. There we are, a little Qatar action over there on the way probably to Dubai. We are going to be flying flight 953 from New York to Buenos Aires, one of my favorite flights. Usually departed at 10:20 at night, but last night we had a maintenance cancel, and as a result, it's usually where the bus dropped us off right here. As a result, we're going out in the morning, which is the coolest thing. So we come across, don't get run over here. We have the AnyBuilds Enhanced package. There's a reason why we're doing this, guys. American Airlines Terminal. Juan, who's the 777 guy, got about 8,000 subscribers, an active real-life 777 captain, has been helping me out just very generously. This little story, I used to pick up some gum here before I went through security. Went through security into the American Airlines Terminal, and he's trying to improve my frames per second. I actually am going to buy a new CPU. I'm bottlenecked at the CPU, and I'm pretending I know what I'm doing. I don't. But hi, guys. Father Time here. My old terminal. We'll go to our gate. Whoa. What we usually did is we took this escalator down. I don't think they have the tunnel simulated. Nope, they don't. Nope, not yet. Goes right under here. And he's trying to make it smoother for me. I have a CPU at 9800 with a 4090 card, and we determined that I needed a 9950 instead of 9800. So I ordered that. It's coming in today, and I'll get someone to install that with me, so I don't know how to do it. And it's an expensive hobby, but not as expensive as he reminded me of owning an airplane or a boat. So I keep telling my wife that, oh, you should go in the ramp tower. That's cool. So this AnyBuild is pretty amazing. You can go over to the TWA terminal and check that out, the old hotel. There's a ramp tower, Kennedy ramp. Anyway, let's go in cold, dark airplane. As cold as dark as a captain sees. Typically, we have a 3-person crew going down to Buenos Aires, one of my favorite layovers. We're going to win the airplane, and we're going to get GSX started here. You can see that the CPU's up here, frames per second. If I go to debug here and display frames, you can see what I'm getting over here. And I know Juan, who's the 777 guy, helped me out here. But you can see up here, if you take a look, my GPU, graphics card is 0. My CPU is 44%. That's not good. So hopefully with the 9950, and I'm talking out of school, guys, I really don't know, we'll be able to make that a little better. Let me turn that off here. No sense having that up there for you. All right, so let's go in here, and we'll get GSX started, as I mentioned. Request boarding for our flight. Here's our flight, by the way. New York to JFK, Buenos Aires, usually about a 10-hour flight. There you go. And as I mentioned, it usually takes off at 10:20 at night. If you have a maintenance issue, they'll send you to the hotel, usually the TWA hotel at Kennedy, and you go out in the morning, which is really a cool thing. A great opportunity to do that. You can see here, I've got Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. We've got Say Intentions we're going to try to use, and PMDG is sponsoring us today with this great stuff. I'll keep my CPU and frames per second, everything up here for you, and we'll see how Juan has helped me quite a bit. All right, let's go in here, and we're going to do, as I mentioned, a cold, dark. FOs, the jet bridge is coming up here. There we go. See if I can open the cockpit door. Yeah, hang on just 1 second. Oh, they want us to open the entry 4. Looks like they're actually 2L. Ground operations.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Looks like that's the one they want. It is open. Left entry 4. Okay. That's what you want. And ground connections. Can we move the chocks? Let's get the brakes set.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Okay, remove the chocks. I got something special to share with you guys. We're all dealing with stuff in our life, right? I'm just checking this all out here, guys. I had a brain tumor radiated yesterday, benign brain tumor. And this is kind of my way of checking how I'm doing with it. There can be after effects. We shall see. Of course, you'll never know because I won't show you, right? So let's go back to the overhead. I'm going to turn on we've got to make sure that the wipers are off, fuel dumps are off, the nav lights are on prior to boarding, pilots are boarded. Come up here, turn on the ATIS, hydraulic pumps are off, close the emergency lights, go to the box. Today is May 20th. It's revision 1008 on the PMDG 777-200 with Rolls-Royce engines, which means to me, that's what we flew at American Airlines. We can start 2 at a time. So I'm going to I'm going to load everything up. We're going to get ready. We're going to taxi out, and we're going to attempt to go to Buenos Aires. I think you guys all know how that's going to go based on the length of the video. So anyway, let's come in here. We're going to get everything loaded, request sim brief data, flight 953. JFK to Buenos Aires. Looks good. Departure weather. And right now, I do believe they're on 4 left. 4 left, yep. We'll see what kind of departure they give us there. And make sure dive data is signed in. Yep, it's correct. There we go. We're all signed in there. And airport. And there we are parked on the gate. All right, very cool. I'm going to go performance tool. I'm going to get that going here just because I want to be ready when the time comes. Calculate, it's going to be a TO2 takeoff, flaps 5. It's pretty amazing since we're so heavy. We'll see about that in a second. Our route request, sim brief, set payload, set fuel, select route, and you can see that it's route requesting. Back to the overhead. Make sure we got everything right here. Normally you bring these master brights up and any of the switches that are on the white dot.
Passengers boarding starting.
Like these, you can adjust the lighting, but that master doesn't appear to be working on here correctly, if you ask me. Probably have somebody tell me that it certainly is. Okay, didn't need to see that. Whoa. Let's go down here, load. Route is loading. Still loading. We're going to activate execute here in just a second. Pretty realistic. Activate, execute. Let's see. We're going to go 4 left. This one, departure arrival, deets, no transition, 4 left. Put that in there. Departure arrival, index. This one, trying to see which one they have us on. Looks like the Pagu 7 uniform ILS to 1-1. ILS Yangi, Pagu 7 uniform, no transition. RSOT here. And that's good. Go to legs, route data, load. Just thinking about it, we'll get the execute light. There they are. Now we'll go to nav. Here, go to descent page where the forecast winds are in there. Load them up. Now you should have a pretty clean box. Now we got the boxes. We can load that in there within 10 minutes, right? Perf init, perf, accept. Double click zero fuel weight, 35,000. Everything looks good there. Thrust limits, we said TO1. And we had a 47 on the select temp. 47. Takeoff. Flaps 5. Double click CG. 49, 53, 57. Second page. 1500 Excel, 800 engine out. That looks good. Previous page. This guy's going to be on FMC and legs. And that's a Deets departure. We'll see what they give us. 157. I use only the Microsoft Flight Simulator controls. I don't use a Stream Deck or anything like a tech, just so that you can duplicate it at home. I do have them. 044 is runway heading and 5,000 feet. 5,000 feet, looks good. Flight directors are on. Going to be LNAV, VNAV. Usually you got to wait for the IRS to line to get that. Here, we got that. Let's set my altimeters. 2984. Looks good. See anybody here? Here they come. We'll come back in. Go watch them board for a second. I do have a flightsim.to download, free download here. Freaky D, one of my friends and Boeing engineer and an avid flight simmer, a scenery creator over on flightsim.to, tells me that it's a far superior package. Here we are. Creeping our way up. Short little captain. Oh, get fired for that. There's the galley, cockpit. How's the outside look? Just got some detail on it. Got the Rolls Royces strapped on. Yeah, it's a nice scenery back. A little more tired than the PMDG one if you like that tired look. I think a lot of you guys do. So anyway, we'll do that. Looks like they're loading up. Okay, go over here. Let me finish with the overhead here. Get this over here. Good, and I don't want to start saying tensions just yet. That'll set all those freaks for us in a second. Rudder trim, everything is 0. Everything looks to be in order here. Stab trim is going to be up at 6.5, and you can see we're at 4.0, so that's going to be corrected. Okay, let's check out the checklist here. And oxygen is good. Flight instruments are checked. Parking brake is set. Checklist override. Normal flight deck doors open for now. We'll hold off on that. MCP, we talked about that. We got runway heading, LNAV, VNAV, 157, 5,000, and everything else looks good. I'll select data and airports on here. It's usually what I go with. 120 passengers out of 268 are on board. Takeoff speeds, we talked about that. CDU pre-flight. So what you do is you go here, check IDEN. I'd even do this in the sim, guys. It catches a lot of error. Make sure your database is correct. Make sure your position's correct. Route, walk through the route with the other guy. Compare it to the flight plan, which is, we'd actually take this flight plan right here and walk through it together. The route section is here. And then we go through the legs one at a time. And all the way through, looks good. Walk through the legs. And get the route data checked. Then we go Prague, 4904, and we compare that to the distance here, 4846. Make sure it's reasonable, which of course it is. All right, CDU pre-flight's complete, trim to go. We'll do that taxi takeoff briefing. Let's introduce ourselves to Amanda. I'm going to start saying tensions here. You'll meet Amanda, who, as you know from flying with me, cannot stand me. Just cannot stand me. New flight. And we'll do it. Show you how I have it set up here. Identity, we'll be using SimBrief call sign. Headset is all set up with Atlas. Volumes are where they are. Controls, Bravo, the yoke, everything is set. Multiplayer, I just use canned and live. I wouldn't do global or pre-recorded. It gets very confusing. We got Amanda here, and Rob is behind us. That's third pilot. And we got Alejandro in the back. And then, let's see, miscellaneous. Standard, I don't want to go student pilot, a little too easy. Pro mode, they don't have the verbiage, a little too hard. I just use it on standard. Preview, I am a partner for Say Intentions, a program I love, but we are not allowed to stream. I will tell you the traffic density, additional radio chatter is really cool. We do have running here today, FSLTL traffic injector. You would turn that off if you ran Say Intentions, but that's still in the beta phase, so we can't show you that today. But it's cool. They got a lot going on. None of this I'm going to use today. Let's talk with Amanda. Hi, Amanda. How are you doing today? She's not going to like that. She's likes to keep it professional. I don't know if she just heard about me.
I'm good, thanks. Let's focus on the flight.
Yeah, there you go. So, all right. Sorry about that. Hi, Alejandro. How are you doing in the back today, sir? Now, he does like me. Alejandro respects me.
Hello, Captain Father Time. I'm doing well, thank you for asking. The passengers are settling in nicely, and we're ready for a great flight. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your flight attendant, Alejandro El Hombros, y Paellas y Haciendas Garcacha de la Torre, y Villarres del Campo Rodríguez de Arrieta, alcalde municipal del Real Madrid. We are delighted to have you on board American Airlines Flight 953. Departing from New York City and heading to Buenos Aires. Please pay attention to the safety demonstration that will begin shortly. Thank you for flying with us today.
Little showcase. I consider myself an ambassador of a few programs, unofficial ambassador. That would be Say Intentions, Beyond ATC, and FSI Panel. 3 programs I have tremendous respect for, and I own the upper end of all those programs. I've done a bunch of videos on them. You can see them under my homepage, and help yourself, look them over. I highly recommend them if you have the money to buy that stuff. All right, so we've got the we're up to here, flight deck door. We'll go ahead and close that now. See if I can get over there. Maybe I have to go to the right a little bit. I love this stuff. I just love it. Hey, I've been using Chase Plan over on 2020. Not so much here. If I go full screen, I can actually take my views, external, and do some cool things. If I can go full screen, like this, and move this out of the way like this, you guys can't see me doing it. I think it's all very cool. Got some quick views here. Just clicking them over and showcase. Let's see if we can do something here. Get them ready to push back. This is all in the showcase, external views. I would chase in, I can keep that off screen while I do it, just by going to full screen. I have a wide screen here. So pretty cool. I like them all. But anyway, enough of that nonsense. Looks like they're about done. We'll get it coming in, so we'll get inside. All right, so flight deck door is closed. Takeoff taxi briefing. Let's do this. Amanda, would you mind doing the takeoff briefing, please?
Sure, here's the takeoff briefing. We're departing from JFK on runway 4 left. Weather is clear, wind is 060 at 13 gusting 21. Initial climb to 5,000 feet, then we'll proceed to our cruising altitude of 5,000 feet. Any questions?
No, thank you. That was a great briefing. Thank you. Love you. I don't really love her, but I don't know. That's probably a little much. It's probably a little strong, right, guys? Close, close, close. Looks good. Arm them all. Should be closing. They're closing, closing. There we go. Arm all. Looks good. Ground maintenance, there you go. Door management, ground services, release all. Ground service vehicles are all gone. Ground connections, no chocks. And we're good. Come back here. Electronic flight bag, 1020-9. We're planning on coming out here, probably Bravo all the way to Fort Left. We'll see. Let's go to the overhead. So taxi takeoff briefing is complete thanks to Amanda. And if we can go to the overhead, and we can get some things going on here. Hydraulic pumps 1, 2, 3. You go right to left, turn those on. Prevents fluid transfer. We do have fuel in the center, so we'll turn on the center tank pumps. So fuel pumps are on, hydraulics are on, beacons are on, and that's all good. Packs are running, APU's running. Okay, looks good. Beacon checklist complete. Here we go. And now we're going to go back to say intentions. We're going to get, we'll get the ATIS, we'll get the clearance, and we'll get going.
You have information golf.
Golf.
John F. Kennedy International Airport, information golf. 1051 Zulu. Wind 060 at 13 gusting 21.
Kenny clearance, American 953 Heavy, information golf, request clearance to Buenos Aires.
I'll grab that clearance. Give me just a minute. American 953, Heavy, cleared to Ezeiza. Radar vector shipped. Then is filed. Climb and maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 35010 minutes after departure. Departure on 125.7 squawk 2246. Expect runway 4 left.
Okay, we'll expect runway 4 left, and we're cleared to Aziza. Radar vectors shipped, then is filed. Climb maintain 5,000. Expect 35010 that's departure. Departure on 125.7 squawk 2246. 2246 set and TARA.
953, Heavy, read that correct.
All right, guys.
Runway 4 right. Maintain flight level tree 40. Departure frequency is 1 tree 5.9er. Squawk tree 667.
All right, so this is. Let me go here, ground. There we go. Get rid of that stuff. Okay, somehow I got a 3 in the pad there. And looking good.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard American Airlines Flight 953. Departing from New York
We do not
City
get the
and heading
deets.
to Buenos Aires. My name is Alejandro El Hombros y Paellas y Haciendas Garcagia de la Torre y Pa, que res del Campo Rodríguez de Arrieta Alcalde Municipal del Real Madrid.
That's just runway
along
heading.
with my wonderful colleagues, are here to ensure you have a fantastic journey. Please take your seats according to your boarding passes and stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seats in front of you. If you need any assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to any of our crew members. Thank you for flying with us today.
All right, guys, we'll go to ground. We're on ground. We would actually push back on ramp in real life, but we're not doing that today. Kennedy ground, American 953 Heavy. Like to push back start engines on gate 47.
American 953, Heavy, Kennedy ground, push back and engine start approved, tail south. And remember, the tug is not included in the package. Contact ramp on 119.990 for that.
Okay, push and start approved to tail south, American 953 Heavy. Goes right.
Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
I go to the overhead, guys. And I think what I want to do here is take a look at my frames per second. because I am testing that out, right? So I'm going to debug it. I'm going to go frames per second, and I'm going to do this. You guys can see it. 2730, not bad. That red means another
Ladies and
program
gentlemen,
is going. It's
welcome
probably
aboard
saying
American
tensions.
Airlines Flight 953, departing from New York City and heading to Buenos Aires.
All right, that's
My
good.
name is Alejandro El Hombros y Paellas y Haciendas García de la Torre y P. Res del Campo Rodríguez de Arrieta, alcalde municipal del Real Madrid, and I, along with my wonderful colleagues, are here to ensure you have a fantastic journey. Joining me today are our first officer Amanda, and fellow crew members Carlos, Sofia, Miguel, and Lucia. We are expecting a flight time of approximately 10 hours and 13 minutes. Now, please pay close attention to the safety demonstration. To fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal tip into the buckle until you hear a click. To unfasten, simply lift the buckle. In the event of a loss
If you ever
of
want to get rid of
pressure,
him, all you got to do is go
oxygen masks
intercom
will drop down from the panel above you. Pull
or
the mask
Alejandro.
towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth, and secure it with the elastic
Love you, buddy.
band.
Love you. Miss you already. Okay, here we go. Looks like we get 2 normal starts here. How cool is that, guys? You guys are so smart.
Set parking brakes.
Brakes are set.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Give them that. That's interesting.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
All right, we usually wait for them to get out of the way before we start moving flaps, guys. I don't know if this is how you read it, guys. You look up here, you see the CPU at 50% and GPU at 0. Getting a lot of red here, 31. I have a 4090 and a 9800. I should be doing much better. So that's why the 9950 is indicated. So that's on the way. Another several $100s into the hobby bucket. Anyway, you guys are better apt to determine that stuff than I am. I am just learning.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
So we're just having fun with some of the features.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Bring you on my immersion journey with me. That's kind of redundant, I know. I think she's probably out there. Yep, there she is. Flaps 5, please. That tug came pretty close to her. Flash the light. All right, back up here, we'll do flight controls. First thing I do before I do anything else is I set the trim. 6.5. It's getting there. 6.5 is set. Ailerons, spoilers, rudders are good. Looks good. Checklist. Anti-ice, not required. You know, it is 9 degrees Celsius with visible moisture. You know what? I mean, we are on May 22nd. Holy cow. So the anti-ice, we actually have to put the engine on here. Leave the wing in auto. We'll put this to auto after takeoff. That's interesting. I wasn't expecting that. And did I do recall? What a memory, what a memory. Recall looks good. Back to the overhead, shut down the APU. Flight controls are checked, ground equipment's good. Normal checkout flaps are 5. And here we usually put on, we blank the screen usually, but I'll leave it on engine. Okay. American 123 heavy taxi.
American 953, heavy taxi departing via Alpha Bravo and Charlie. Watch out for those invisible tugs. They love to sneak up on you.
Okay, 4 left, Alpha Bravo Charlie for American 953 heavy. Yeah, that's that, guys. Not bad. I'm doing this because my friend Juan would want to see how we're doing here. We'll see how we do. All right, so parking brakes release. Here we go. Easy for me to do. Clear left and right. Turn on the taxi light. All right, let's go. Clear left. Clear right. All right, let's go. Alpha Bravo Charlie is not a proper taxi yet instruction, guys. So they're working on that. It's usually Alpha Bravo Charlie. Charlie's like way over here. We're going to 4 left, so that's not correct. Charlie's over here. We're going over here. So we'll just get out to the runway. They don't care. So we're going to follow Bravo, clear left and right. We'll do Bravo and Kilo. Yeah, so Beyond ATC has a lot better taxi program. Say Intentions obviously has a much better artificial intelligence. Not to compare the two because they're both excellent products. Say Intentions a little more pricey for the partner program, especially than Beyond ATC. FSI panel's a different one. That's for multiple approaches, training, scenarios that you can fly with malfunctions, holding, diversions, North Atlantic crossing, passenger medical emergencies, all sorts of things like that. Made by a guy named JP. That's FSI panel for 2020 and 2024. Say Intentions is really coming along nicely, and that's doing a lot of the, what do you call it? Cool stuff for artificial intelligence. So I like that for getting vectors. We'll see how well it does here because we're obviously not going to Buenos Aires. You guys already know that just by the title of the video. We're going to practice with another feature of this PMDG 777-200. So I have them all. I have the PMDG freighters. I have which are not working for me properly right now. I was going to fly that today, but it's not working properly. It's silent cockpit. None of the buttons work or anything. So I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong there. I should probably try to reinstall it. I have the 300, the 200 passenger version, the 200 freighter. I also have the TFDi MD-11. I'm a big part of that program, or was for a long time. And I love that airplane, but it's still over on 2020. It's making its way over to 2024 soon enough. But right now, they're starting to do some of the pre-programmed malfunctions. They're going to start with that, have that out here shortly. And then I think they'll concentrate on, it'll be feature complete at that point, concentrate on the Pratt, well, get the Pratt & Whitney's done too. I was talking about the TFDi MD-11 again, and get that over to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, where it's desperately needed as a cargo bird. Well, this PMDG product, as usual, is fantastic. I don't compare the two. I will say that both companies, PMDG is a bigger operation, both companies are very particular about their products. If you want to use the phraseology of study level, they use more high fidelity. It is, as a real pilot, I can tell you that if I was going to check out on the 777, it would definitely be a great cockpit orientation tool. Even flying with the mechanics of the FMC and the mode control panel, it's for both the MD-11 and this. If you were getting type rated, would be a great training aid. 100%. 100%. Not that you asked me. Got to be careful when I do that because you can't control the airplane from the external here. Here we come. Kind of a quiet day here at Kennedy. We could turn on the wipers if we wanted. Does that actually work? It does, you son of a guns. Very cool. It actually takes off some raindrops there. I didn't realize that. I need to set this landing view a little higher. Control-Alt-1. There we go. Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please. We'll do the chime later. You got to do that at least 2 minutes prior to the PA. All right, weights, winds, and temperatures. We check our weights against our plan. Our temperature is below assumed, 47. And there's no need for max power. We do have engine ice on. We have the data for engine ice on. Weights, winds, and temperature. We do have a headwind. Right now, the winds are 6013, gusts of 21. So a little bit of a right quartering, right front headwind. All right, normally we're told to hold short of kilo here. We'll just go right on kilo, clear to cross 31 left, we'll assume. 31 left's over here. We lose an engine, we'll clean it up at 800 feet in VNAV. We'll get all cleaned up, make sure continuous power is set, come back in 3000, we'll do the ILS on it. Hey, what was the visibility again, guys? It is 1000 broken, 1600 overcast, 2985, so we don't need any takeoff alternate. Here's our performance here. Any of these reds or other programs interacting, probably the same intention. Hope you're enjoying this, guys. If you wouldn't mind subscribing, spreading the word. Don't make any money on this. This is my mentoring program. I have made money. It's coming up on $1,000 in 2.5 years for about $20,000 worth of equipment, you know. But I don't have as Juan 777 guy reminded me. Well, I'll leave the link for him below too. We don't have boats. We don't have airplanes. We don't golf. So this is our hobby. It's a good way to give back to the community too, and plus it's a lot of fun. And for an old guy, it really is a good exercise for your brain. Clear across, clear left, clear right, which is really important. It's a good test for me, especially since I just had that benign tumor removed via radiation. It actually didn't remove it. It does kind of freeze it. This is the first morning after. And other than a little bit of a headache, I'm just giving myself a test here to see if I have any speech issues or cognitive issues. And thus far, of course, I wouldn't be the best judge of that, would I? I don't appear to. Would you like American 953 on tower, sir?
Learjet 333 Lima Juliet, hold short of taxiway Alpha, awaiting further instructions. Holding short of Alpha, Learjet 333 Lima Juliet.
American 953. Heavy, hold your horses. You're still on ground frequency. I'll let you know when it's time to switch to tower.
Okay. 953 got in trouble. I embarrassed Amanda. Sorry, Amanda. How you doing over there, Amanda?
I'm good, thanks. Let's focus on the flight.
Kennedy ground, Delta 2466.
Yes, ma'am.
Gate Bravo 35.
All right, guys, I promised you a little bit of another feature here. I'm going to program a malfunction for departure so we can come back in here. See how say intention does getting us back in. It's hard to do it because I don't know how long they're going to hold me here. We'll take a chance. Shall we? I'll park the aircraft, park the brakes, go to the box, go to menu, flight sim actions. Oh, nope. Make menu. PMDG setup, aircraft failures, fire programmed, forward cargo fire, armed. We'll do that in just a second. Would you like American 953 on tower, sir? Is he going to yell at us again?
American 953, Heavy, you're still on ground frequency. I'll let you know when it's time to switch to tower. Just hang tight.
Okay. All right, hanging tight. Makes it kind of tough to do anything here. I wonder if I move up a little more. Maybe that's it. Maybe I need to be up closer. Or I wonder if it's because I didn't follow his instructions, because I couldn't follow his instructions because Alpha Bravo Charlie, which of course doesn't bring me anywhere. All right, brakes are set. I'll give one more shot. American 953 Heavy to tower. If he doesn't do it, I'll just do it myself. See that guy crossing down there. All right, guys, totally non-standard, but I'll, you're still on ground for, okay, let's go over here. Tower American 953 Heavy is holding short of runway 4 left. We're ready for takeoff. That all went through. There it is, going around and around the green.
American 953 Heavy, Kennedy Tower, runway 4 left. Wind 060 at 13, gusting 21. Fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 4 left, runway heading for American 953 Heavy. Okay, lights are all on. They're chimed. And final is clear. Runway's clear. Parking brakes released. Here we go. What could go wrong? Down to the box. Armed. 3 minutes. Armed, yes. Execute. Whoa, let's go. Frames per second, around 40. Pretty good. You can see my CPU is working pretty hard. My GPU is not working at all. So that's where my bottleneck has been. Again, I'm talking out of school here.
Airspeed's alive.
Toga.
Bonanza 64 Foxtrot Alpha 2 cleared for takeoff, runway 32.
We're just on B nav, heading at checks. away we go. Let's go to Buenos Aires, get a steak, some wine. Gear up, please. Heading select, please. Runway heading select. We're doing that. All right. $1,500 feet, we should get climb power.
Heavy contact departure.
Going to departure, American 953 Heavy, see ya. I'm going to go autopilot's on. Here. American 953 Heavy is out of 2,000 for 5,000. That's one.
American 953 Heavy Kennedy departure, radar contact. Climb and maintain flight level 200.
Climb and maintain flight level 200, American 953 Heavy. Flight level 200. 200 set. We can try to do it in VNAV, guys. Here we go. Gears up, flaps up, engine anti-ice is on. We can go to auto. We still need, we're above 12, so we don't need it. Auto, turn off the wipers. Aft takeoff check is complete. Complete. How are we doing on our malfunction? Armed, yes. Active. Let's do it. All right, my aircraft. Fire cargo checklist, please. This guy goes over here. He hits checklist. It says fire cargo, engine fire cargo forward. Fire arm switch to armed. Go to the overhead. You go to armed. And discharge.
Heavy descend to 5,000, expect RNAV approach runway 21. Descending to 5,000, expecting RNAV 21, UPS 1302 heavy.
Landing altitude, we don't have to do that yet. Landed the nearest suitable alternate, checklist complete. Still got to fire. Fires out. And American 953 Heavy, mayday, mayday, mayday. All right, guys. We have to keep filing the clearance. Still going around.
Delta 2 Tree 7, 6 contact Boston Center on 128.1. Good day.
In American 953, we have had a cargo fire, and we'd like to return to Kennedy, divert back to Kennedy, KJFK, for ILS 4 left. Guys, that didn't come through on the radio, but I saw it here. So we'll keep an eye on that.
American 953 Heavy cleared to return to Kennedy for ILS 4 left. Descend altitude 3,000 feet. Expect vectors for the approach. Altimeter 29.83.
2983. Descend to 3,000. Request a left-hand turn to 220 for American 953 Heavy.
American 953 Heavy left turn. Heading 220 approved. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet.
Left heading 220 down to 3,000, American 953 Heavy. All right, guys, so that was cool. They got us all set there. I love this say intention stuff. All right, let's go heading select. It's the wrong way. Heading hold. And what I got to do here is bring this all the way up. It went to the right, which is not unlike us to do that.
American 953 Heavy, climb and maintain flight level 240.
American 953 Heavy, we'd like to maintain 3,000 for our Vectors ILS 4 left at Kennedy on a Mayday. There we go. Now it will go the correct way, guys. We're going to ignore that.
953 Heavy, maintain 3,000 feet for vectors ILS 4 left at Kennedy. Continue as requested.
Maintain 3,000 feet. We'll, for ILS 4 left, American 953 Heavy. All right, guys. This is cool. Let's check this out here. Yeah, I like it. All right, so that checklist is complete. We briefed the flight attendants, call back there, and let me see if I can maybe do that. Let's simulate that. That'll be fun. Alejandro, put him back in the game. I kind of fired him there for a minute, didn't I? Let's do that. Intercom. Alejandro. I don't know if it's going to start from the beginning. Alejandro, are you ready to copy your precautionary landing information? We have a mayday. I'm just saying that so maybe it keys him.
Yes, Captain Father Time. I'm ready to copy the precautionary landing information. Please go ahead.
Okay, Alejandro, we had a cargo fire. The fire is out. Nothing to worry about. But did you smell any smoke back there or see any fire? I'll see if he answers, guys.
Captain Father Time, I don't smell any smoke or see any fire back here. Everything seems fine in the cabin. Thank you for checking in.
That's good. Just brief the passengers that will be returning to Kennedy.
Captain Father Time, I'm ready to copy the precautionary landing information. Please go ahead.
Okay, we'll be landing in approximately 8 minutes. We'll be stopping straight ahead on the runway. We've had a cargo fire. The fire is extinguished, and we'll be met by the fire vehicles. We'll probably taxi to the gate. I'll make a PA to the people. Too cool, huh?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your flight attendant, Alejandro El Hombros.
All right, guys, so let me get the box set up here.
I would like to take a moment to inform you that we will be returning to John F. Kennedy International Airport. We appreciate your understanding and cooperation during this time.
Divert now.
Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until we have safely landed. Thank you for flying with us today.
How's that cool? For cool, guys. Look at that. We're set up for 4 left. Very, very cool. We'll come in here. And ladies and gentlemen, it's Captain Richard. Unfortunately, we've had a malfunction that warrants a return to Kennedy. Nothing to be alarmed about, but we cannot continue on to Buenos Aires. We'll go back to and land at Kennedy, and we'll taxi to the gate, and passenger service agents will get us prepared to go get you back on your flight to Buenos Aires. I realize it's an inconvenience. I do apologize on behalf of American Airlines. Okay, here we go. Our guys on the downwind. And I'll see if I can get Amanda to do the approach briefing. Amanda, can you brief the ILS to 4 left? I'll see if she can do it. I'm not sure she can.
We'll be arriving back at Kennedy on runway 4 left using the ILS approach. After the star, we'll intercept the ILS to runway 4 left. Weather at arrival shows wind 060 at 13 knots, gusting to 21. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 2246, and approach frequency will be 125.7. We'll configure for landing with flaps 30. Final approach speed will be 135 knots. I think we're ready for the arrival, Captain.
Excellent brief. Thank you very much. I'm setting the barrow, guys, to 231. Now these runways, the Kennedy runways, they're tight. They're close to each other. See the 4 left and right. So therefore, the decision altitude is a little higher here. It's a little bit of a displaced threshold. Approach course kind of comes in. It's a little bit off to the left, so the runway is going to be off to the right slightly. Let me look at the frequencies. 10, 9, 224 minimums a set. Looking good. I think I just hit the MFD there. Here we go. Let's bring this all the way down.
Expect vectors ILS runway 4 right approach.
Here we go, coming up abeam the field at 250. Right, guys, so the things that we've done, we've briefed the passengers, the flight attendants, the passengers, the company. In the real airplane, you come over here to comm and go to company, and you'd send them a message telling them what the problem was, and the fact that I got to get the frequency set here. Flaps 30. 48 is good.
Descending to 5,000, expecting RNAV 21, UPS 1302 heavy.
Sorry, I had to hang up on my 89-year-old mother, who I recently put in assisted living. We'll do the heading over here. Come in a little tighter. And we'll just fly it around. Yeah, we'd brief the company, let them know, and our plan, my plan will be to stop straight ahead on the runway, have the fire equipment look us over, and then come on in and...
Traffic. Monitor vertical speed.
So that means just don't do anything. They're 500 feet below us. Otherwise, you go autopilot off and go into stay out of the red band. So that red band indicates where you don't want to be. If they had said for us to have to maneuver. Another one here. Look at all these airplanes. If you respond to a resolution advisory, we would have to...
953 heavy traffic at your 12 o'clock 3 miles at 3500 Embraer 170.
Traffic.
Negative contact. We're IMC conditions for American 953 heavy. So it'd have to be autopilot off and then stay out of the red band. I'm just getting ready.
Vertical speed.
That means do nothing. Do nothing. Do nothing. Pass within 300 feet. Not ideal. Looks like we passed all those guys. Okay, let's do, see if we can get a turn in here. Oh no. Are they going to shut me down here? Let's hope not, guys. So check our frames here. It's okay. Somebody else here. I'm just going to see if they give us vectors, otherwise we'll request it. We're in no big hurry. The fire is out, guys, and I should clear those messages by hitting recall. And what we should be doing is running a checklist here for descent. Recall we did, notes, nope, auto brakes, 3. You know what I didn't do? And this is bad. We can do an overweight landing. I should have been dumping, or you can do an overlay. It's our choice. We are at 527. That's not good. But we can do an overweight landing, no problem. 527. Report from the aircraft. 527, port weather, calculate, 526, takeoff weight, clear. Let me get this all set. Runway 4, we're going to do an overweight, port. Landing weights in excess of structural, so we have to go back in here tell them we need to dump fuel. They would usually put us up above 7,000 feet to do it. But we're going to go ahead and just start dumping here. We'll stop it when we get closer. Somehow this traffic is stuck here. And American 953 Heavy, request direct to Oroki.
American 953 Heavy, direct to Orochi, not available. Refer to charts for vectors.
Okay, American 953, direct to Alpha Romeo Oscar Kilo Echo. Go to Crystal, go to 1500. Starting to break down here. And American 953 Heavy, request direct to Crystal for the ILS 4 left. We'll just let them know, guys. Here we go.
American 953 Heavy, direct to Crystal, not available. Refer to charts for vectors.
All right, guys. I don't think they're able to keep out. So one solution here is to do this. New flight, right? Just working out some problems here. It's not affecting us at all. New flight, and we'll get Kennedy Tower frequency here in a second. Just thinking about it.
Singapore Airlines 326.
We'll just go to Kennedy Tower down here. 19-1. Kennedy Tower, American 953 Heavy, proceeding direct to Crystal for the ILS 4 left. Try that. Yeah, so it's looks like we're a little limited here as to what we can do. Kennedy Tower, American 953 Heavy, proceeding direct to Crystal for the ILS 4 left. All right, guys, so that didn't work out. We'll try Tower this way. Tower American 953 Heavy, requests ILS 4 left.
Runway 4 left. United 2050.
Kennedy Tower American 953 Heavy for direct Crystal for the ILS 4 left. This is Newark.
Newark Tower, United 1311 at runway 4 left, ready for departure. IFR to Charlotte. tree. 1-1 hold short, runway 4 left. Traffic is Boeing on the runway.
Nice thing is we were getting like once I decreased. Let's try that again. Look at that 50. I bring this program up and it drops it down to, does it drop it down? Tower. Kennedy Tower, American 953 Heavy for the ILS 4 left. Huh. Kennedy Tower, American 953 Heavy, ILS 4 left. It says nothing from the mic. Let's see this. Atlas, Atlas. Kennedy Tower, American 953 Heavy, ILS 4 left. Here we go. Flaps 1. And Tower American 953 Heavy. No audio from Mike. I think you did get an audio. Hello, Tower American 953 Heavy, ILS 4 left. Just troubleshooting, guys. Gear down.
Skylane 422 Alpha Mike, extend downwind spacing for arriving traffic.
Extending downwind, Skylane 422 Alpha Mike.
All right, we'll get our bug set here, 140, 153. We're well below our structural limit. That was incorrect because we were down to 481 here. 460 is our max landing weight. There's an overlay landing checklist, but we don't have to worry about it. Prefer to landing climb, flap override, switch override if he can't go flaps 30, but we don't have any of those problems. Trying to minimize your sink rate. All right, flaps 30. For our landing checklist, please. Low capture. Yeah, so there's some limitations. We'll try it one more time, guys. Let me do this. Tower American 953 Heavy.
Air.
Glide slope capture, low capture. We can set our misapproach altitude 3,000 feet.
Skyhawk 505 Alpha Mike, extend downwind. I will call your base.
Looking good.
Roger, extending downwind. Skyhawk 505 Alpha Mike.
And Tower American 953 Heavy's final for 4 left. I'm just playing here, guys. Naturally, we're just checking it out.
Air Canada 123 Kennedy Tower. Enter
Autopilot's
runway,
off.
Runway 4 right.
1,000.
Air Canada 123, Kennedy Tower, winds 070 at 9er. Runway 4 right, cleared to land.
Runway in sight. Approach lights in sight, so we can go down to 100 feet above the ground. We're not going to have any help from tower. Yeah, it's a good experiment here, guys. So, not the best performance by say intentions, but they're getting there. They're getting there. I was encouraged when they did bring us over to 4 left. Sometimes it gets confused.
Approaching minimums.
Landing.
Minimums.
Taking over visually. I'm outside. Getting a little high.
100. Sync rate. 30.
A lot of right crosswind.
10.
Equipment cooling failure. That's interesting. 80 knots. Coming out of reverse. Let's stop straight ahead. We'll have him, ladies and gentlemen, it's the captain. Remain seated, remain seated, remain seated.
American 953, heavy Kennedy Tower, contact ground on 121.9er.
29 American 953 heavy. All right, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard American
I don't know.
Airlines Flight 953, departing from New York City to Buenos Aires. My name is Alejandro El Hombros y Paellas.
What is going on with that, huh?
Garquía de la Torre y Pa, Corres, del Campo Rodríguez de Arrieta al
Oh.
Alcalde Municipal del Real Madrid.
Fuel dump.
And I will be your purser for this flight. Joining me in the cabin are my
You know.
wonderful colleagues,
Oh,
Sarah,
God. All right.
James, Emily, and Michael. We are thrilled to have you with us today. We are expecting a flight time of approximately 10 hours.
Well, that
and 30
certainly was
minutes.
fun.
Before we take off, I would like to take a moment to
Well,
go
on
over
behalf
some
of Alessandro,
safety information.
Amanda, who
First,
hates
please
me,
make sure your seatbelt is fastened.
and myself,
Fasten your seatbelt.
I did like my frames per second, guys. I did like that.
To unfasten,
The rest of it
the buckle.
was
In the event of
an
a loss
incredible
of cabin
experience.
pressure,
All
oxygen
right.
masks will drop
I
down
might
from the
publish this.
compartment above you.
I think we all learned something.
Use the mask
Or maybe not.
only
All right,
towards
Father Time's out.